The Battle of Megiddo, fought in the year 1457 BC, was one of the most important battles in ancient Egyptian history. The Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose III, who reigned from 1479 to 1425 BC, had previously campaigned into the Levant, which at that time included modern-day Syria and Palestine. But his overlord, the Hyksos ruler of the 15th dynasty, prevented him from consolidating his gains. Now, after defeating the Hittites at the Battle of Kadesh in 1458 BC, Thutmose III was finally able to break free of his overlord's control and set about securing his empire. His first order of business was to destroy the Canaanite city of Megiddo, which had aligned itself with the Hittites following their alliance against Egypt. Thutmose assembled an army that may have numbered as many as 60,000 troops and marched on Megiddo. Despite the city's strong fortifications, the Egyptians were able to lay siege to it and cut off its water supply. After 35 days, the city fell and Thutmose was able to consolidate his control over the Levant, securing his empire from external threats and allowing him to focus on internal projects. He would go on to conquer Nubia in the south and Libya in the west, expanding the Egyptian empire to its greatest territorial extent. The records of this campaign, including the number of enemy soldiers slain, were proudly inscribed at the Temple of Karnak. This battle is notable for being the first recorded in relatively reliable detail. Previous battles were known only through vague references in contemporary literature or from much later sources that often embellished the tales of their heroes. But the Battle of Megiddo was recorded by an Egyptian scribe named Janini, who was present at the siege and likely acted as a propagandist for the Egyptian army. Contemporary accounts of the battle exist on Stele, one at Karnak and another at Beth-shan, which contains a list of the Egyptian soldiers killed in action. These records provide a detailed account of the build-up to the battle, the siege of Megiddo, and the aftermath, including the construction of a boundary stele at the entrance to Megiddo to commemorate the occasion. We can also learn about the use of composite bows by both the Egyptians and Canaanites during the battle. Composite bows were a new technology at the time, having been developed by the Hittites and were an improvement over the traditional Egyptian bows. The Egyptians were able to capture some of these bows and use them against the Canaanites, demonstrating their versatility and effectiveness in battle. Megiddo's strategic location made it a focal point for military campaigns throughout history. It was fought over by the empires of Assyria, Babylon, Persia, Greece, and Rome.